Hey y'all, I'm Wendy, and this is Pajama Days. Pajama Days. I said that too fast. One of the things that I try to do to deal with fatigue and side effects from hormone blockers to prevent cancer is to pamper myself a little. And if there's something that I really like, something that I really want to eat, or sometimes just cooking for my family, it brings me such joy. I see a shadow right here. It's because the lights are under the counter. It's okay. Well, one of the things that I love to keep in my fridge is 6-week Raisin Bran muffin mix. And you can Google the recipe. I pretty much have it memorized because since Christmas I've kept this in my fridge almost constantly. It makes a whole lot and it lasts 6 weeks. I mean, you buy buttermilk, and buttermilk is usually good for a few weeks after you buy it, and then after the expiration date, it's buttermilk. I mean, it's still good for usually a month or so. So unless your buttermilk is expired, then your muffin mix is going to be good for 6 weeks. So the recipe calls for 3 cups of sugar, 5 cups of plain flour, 5 teaspoons of baking soda, not baking powder, baking soda, 2 teaspoons of salt, a 15-ounce box of Raisin Bran. I have a hard time finding a 15-ounce box of Raisin Bran, but it's okay. A cup of oil or butter. I usually combine and do a little bit of both. And 4 eggs. Excuse me. I usually put an extra egg in it, and it doesn't change the texture very much because it's such a big batch. Today I was gonna add 2 eggs, and then my eggs ended up being a little on the smaller side, so it's really not gonna make a difference. But 4 cups of buttermilk. My box of Raisin Bran is 18.7 ounces. So I actually added a little bit more of everything because I know I'm using more Raisin Bran than 15-ounce box. Most people, when they bake anything, cookies, cakes, they'll put their oil and their sugar together and then add eggs. And that's fine. But when you've got plain flour and sugar, I like to mix my dry ingredients all together so that the salt and the baking powder is more evenly distributed. Also, if I mixed all of my liquid stuff, my sugar, my oil, my eggs, my butter, I know sugar's not a liquid, but if I went in that order, then I'm gonna end up with clumpy flour, and I can't stand that. It takes longer, it takes more energy. I don't have that kind of energy. So I mix my dry ingredients together so that the sugar, the flour, the salt, the baking powder is all mixed up. And then I even put my cereal in there because it's dry too. Here we go. I know you're thinking, and you know all the fancy people, they don't take their bags out of their box, but I'm not fancy. So I'm taking my bag out of my box because I can tell that it's empty that way. I don't usually bother with the name brand cereal, or not Raisin Bran anyway. You know, I do have my loves that I really don't eat anymore, like Cocoa Pebbles and Captain Crunch, but I'm not eating those since I've been diagnosed with diabetes. I get my dry ingredients all mixed up before I start adding my wet stuff, and then that way I don't have flour clumps to to dig out, even out, smooth out, whatever. Not dig out. If you had seen me measure, you would have been like, oh my goodness, you don't know what you're gonna get. But this recipe is so big that it's very forgiving. So it's okay to use a little extra or something. You're not gonna notice it. As Brooke says in Southern Frugal Mama, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. So I am going to mix my eggs. A little bit easier to mix when they're already kind of scrambled up. A lot of people also prefer to use a wooden spoon. I don't really care. I just use a regular old big spoon, tablespoon. There's my 1 cup of oil and butter mixed. And now, I'm gonna shake up my buttermilk. And I'm gonna need 4 cups. This is my mama's, y'all. I inherited her measuring cup that she used for years and years and years. It's pretty special. I have one from each of my grandmothers too. That's a little less than 2 cups. It's not a big deal. Oh, I'm losing my spoon. Ah! Oh, I saved it. I'll do a little more than 2 cups this time because my bowl is pretty full. I don't like to use this bowl in the fridge though. It just takes up too much room. So I'll put it in a little bit of a smaller bowl. Sometimes I divide it up and give part of the batter to my sister. I don't know if she's ready for more yet or not. I don't know if she likes it every day like I do, but. And I've had to watch what I eat since I've been diagnosed with diabetes, so I don't like eat them all day, every day or anything like that. I'm not a glutton with them. But they're a nice little treat and they're not bad for you. I mean, they're rich in fiber. So if you're getting old and you need fiber in your diet, hey, it's a win-win. I was diagnosed with diabetes about, I don't know, 6 months to a year after I went on hormone blockers. I started gaining weight when I was on hormone blockers. When I started taking them, I still am on hormone blockers. But then I got diagnosed with diabetes, and after about a year with that kind of going up and up, they put me on Mounjaro, and I lost about 60 pounds, and my blood sugar numbers were great. And then my little manufacturer's coupon expired, and I had to do something different because Mounjaro is like $1,000 a month, and I'm certainly not going to pay that for anything. And I took Trulicity for several months, and it helped my blood sugar, but it didn't give me the same results that Mounjaro did. So I have gone back on Mounjaro in January, and I'm finally starting to see the losing trend again. I checked my blood sugar this morning, and it was still 125. I was surprised that it was that high. I mean, that's not bad high, but it's not where I want it. And I didn't eat muffins yesterday. I did eat bacon and grits for breakfast, and then I had a salad for supper. But, okay, it was a Zaxby salad. Those are pretty high in calories. I didn't eat it all. Can't eat it all. I did enjoy it, though. My daddy had cancer. He passed away of lung cancer in 2011. And one of the things that I really remember them telling him is, if you have pain, try to keep your pain in control. Because if you can't keep your pain in control, then your morale goes down and you're not as headstrong about the will to live. And that's one of those things in the back of my mind. While I don't have cancer right now, I'm just taking medicine for 5 years to prevent cancer. They did find cancer, they took it out. They are 99.9% sure that they got it all. But in the back of my mind, I have that you've got to have that drive, that will to live. You've got to do things that help you get through what's difficult. And if you enjoy a pedicure or a manicure, go get a pedicure or a manicure. If you enjoy cooking something for your family, cook something for your family. If you enjoy a muffin, make you some muffins. And I'm not saying eat the whole pack, but you know, you've got to find the balance of this is a difficult situation to deal with. So I've got to find a balance that'll help me live with it, because I've got to live with it for years. And I'm hoping that when I'm through taking this medicine, that I will feel better, and I will, I may not ever go back to how I was before, but I'm tired now from having taken a shower this morning. And so it just is what it is. But I'm gonna transfer this to a smaller bowl. I'm gonna put it in the refrigerator, and I personally think it's not great to cook them immediately. Those flakes are dry and they need to moisten. So this is always better the next day, the next week, after it has sat in the fridge for a long time. Also, I don't care for them right when I bake them, when they're kind of crunchy on top. I like them after they've cooled off, and I put them in a baggie, and the next day the tops of them are a little moist, and like if you touch it, it comes off on your finger. I like it soft. I guess this is like my less of an evil thing of cake. I love cake, but I don't need cake, and I'm not gonna eat cake, but this is cakey, so it's my compromise. Anyway, that's all I'm gonna say today. I don't want this to be long, but if you are going through a difficult time, be it cancer, be it something else, be positive. Do things nice for yourself and for others, and it's the best way to get through the day. I love y'all. Bye-bye.